Level 1, $50,000. You're fine. That's it. Just fine. Not growing, not falling, just existing in a number that feels like enough because nothing has broken yet. You have a job that pays every 2 weeks. A car that starts every morning, like a promise you stopped questioning. An apartment with a rent increase you swallowed last year without cutting anything. You just had less left. You didn't count how much less. You buy coffee every morning because it's only $5. You eat out 3 times a week because cooking after a 10-hour shift feels like punishment. You have a gym membership you use twice a month but keep paying for because canceling feels like admitting something you're not ready to say out loud. Your savings account has $2,400 in it. You call it a safety net. 1 ER visit would empty it. 1 transmission failure would erase it. $2,400 isn't safety. It's a pause between you and a problem you haven't met yet. Friday hits, paycheck lands, rent takes its cut, car note takes its cut, phone, insurance. By Sunday, the account is back to where it was last Sunday, and the Sunday before that. You're not building. You're circling. The same loop, the same number, the same silence at the end of every month where something should be growing. You don't budget because budgeting means looking, and looking means seeing how thin the wire actually is beneath you, so you don't look. Everyone around you lives exactly like this. Same paychecks, same routines, same quiet. You think that means it's normal. It is. And that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Normal doesn't mean safe. Normal just means nobody's looked down. You haven't looked down yet, but you're about to. Level 2, the first crack. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel like a crisis. It feels like a Tuesday. Your car makes a sound you've never heard before. You ignore it for a week. Then another. Then the check engine light comes on. Then it stops starting on a Wednesday morning, and you're standing in a parking lot calling a tow truck you can't afford. $1,800. That's the repair. You don't have $1,800. You have $2,400. The safety net you never tested is about to disappear on a single car repair. If you pay this, your savings drops to $600. $600 between you and nothing. You pay it. You tell yourself you'll rebuild it. You won't. Not at this pace. 2 weeks later, your tooth starts hurting. At first, it's nothing. Then bad enough that you can't sleep. The dentist says $900 without insurance. Your insurance covers half. $450 out of pocket. Your savings is now $150. $150. That's what's left of the wall you leaned against, like it was concrete. You don't panic, not yet. You tell yourself this is just a bad month. 2 unexpected things at the same time. That's all. Next month will be different. Next month the math will work. But something shifted, and you can feel it now. Not in your account, in your chest. A tightness that wasn't there before. A weight when you open the bank app that used to feel routine and now feels like a threat. The first rule you tell yourself, it's just a bad month. Everyone has bad months. You'll be fine. You won't. Level 3, $5,000 in debt. It started with the credit card, not a big purchase. Groceries the week your savings ran out. $80, then gas, $45, then the electric bill because it was either that or a late fee, $120. Each swipe felt small, manageable, temporary. You told yourself you'd pay it off when things stabilized. That was 3 months ago. Things haven't stabilized. The balance has. $5,000. You look at the number and it doesn't scare you. That's the dangerous part. It should scare you. But everyone you know carries a balance. Your coworker has $8,000 on 2 cards. Your cousin just financed a TV he didn't need. Compared to them, you're responsible. The minimum payment is $135 a month. You pay it on time. Every month. But you don't look at the interest. $78 of that $135 goes nowhere. You paid $135 to reduce your debt by $57. At this rate, you'll be paying this card for 11 years. You don't calculate that. You don't want to. Your savings account is empty now. Not low. Empty. The $150 that survived the car and the dentist disappeared into a phone bill. Then a tire that went flat at the worst possible time. No cushion, no buffer, no margin between you and the next thing that breaks. But you still have the job, still have the paycheck, still have the loop, so you tell yourself what you told yourself last month. The second rule, it's only $5,000. Everyone has debt. I'll fix it when things calm down. Things don't calm down. Level 4, $15,000 in debt. You don't know how it got here. You've been trying to remember the moment it tipped, but there wasn't one. No single purchase, no reckless decision, just months of small charges stacking on top of each other like snow on a roof you stopped checking. 3 cards now, 2 maxed. The third has $400 left, and you guard it like it's the last of something important. Because it is. The minimum payments eat $380 a month. That's rent money. That's food money. But you pay them because missing one means late fees, and late fees mean the number grows faster, and faster is the only direction this thing moves now. You start pretending. Not to other people, to yourself. You check your balance less. You stop opening the credit card app. You round the numbers down in your head. $15,000 becomes around 10, because 10 sounds survivable, and 15 sounds like something that happens to other people. Sleep changes, not insomnia, just a weight that sits on your chest at 2 a.m. When your brain decides to do the math you've been avoiding all day. You lie there, adding numbers in the dark. The total is always worse than what you told yourself it was. Your phone rings, and you check the number before answering. You never used to do that. Now every unknown number feels like a threat. You're not in collections yet, but the fear of it has already moved in. You're still going to work, still paying rent, still functioning. From the outside, nothing changed, but inside the math stopped working months ago. You just haven't admitted it yet. The third rule, it's manageable. I just need a better month. You've been saying that for 6 months. Level 5, $30,000 in debt. You stopped counting. Not because you don't care, because counting hurts now. The credit cards are maxed, all of them. You applied for a 4th, got approved, $3,000 limit. Told yourself it was for emergencies. Used it in the first week. Not on emergencies. On the gap between what you earn and what you owe. You're borrowing money to pay borrowed money. You know how that sounds. You do it anyway, sleep is gone. You lie awake running numbers that don't add up. You wake up tired. You go to work tired. You come home and sit in your car for 10 minutes before going inside because the apartment doesn't feel like a home anymore. It feels like a bill. You skip meals, not to save money, because your stomach won't let you eat when your chest feels like this. You lost weight. Someone at work says you look good. You don't explain that stress is the diet. Your phone is a minefield. Every notification is a flinch. Every unknown number is a held breath. You silence it at night because the buzzing in the dark makes your heart race. You stop talking to people. Not all at once. Gradually. You cancel plans. You reply late. You laugh at things that aren't funny because laughing is easier than explaining why you went quiet. The math broke a long time ago. You know this. Admitting it means making it real. And real is the one thing you can't afford right now. The 4th rule. I just need to get through this month. You said that last month. Level 6, $50,000 in debt. You owe more than you make in a year. That sentence used to belong to other people. Now it's yours. You stopped opening mail. The envelopes pile up on the counter like a monument to everything you're avoiding. You know what's inside. Numbers, warnings, deadlines. You don't need to open them to feel their weight. The paycheck hits Friday and it's gone by Saturday. Not to living, to debt. Minimums on cards that stopped feeling like credit a long time ago. They feel like chains now, each one attached to a decision you can barely remember making. Panic lives in your body now, not in moments, constantly. A low hum behind every conversation, every meal, every silence. You smile at work, and the smile costs more energy than the entire shift. Nobody asks if you're okay because you've gotten too good at performing fine. You start thinking about ways out, not good ways, desperate ways, a loan to pay off loans, a cash advance on a card that's already bleeding, selling things you need to cover things you owe. Every solution creates a new problem. Every exit leads to another room with no windows. The 5th rule. I just need one break, one opportunity, one thing to go right. Nothing goes right. Level 7. Collections. The phone rings at 8 a.m. Not a friend, not work, a stranger, with your name on a screen and a number next to it. You don't answer. You haven't answered an unknown number in weeks. They call again. Different numbers, same purpose. They leave voicemails you don't listen to. You delete them without pressing play because hearing the words makes it real in a way the envelopes never did. Then the letters change. Not bills anymore. Legal language. Final notice. Collections agency. Failure to respond. You read the first one. You don't read the rest. You lost control of the timeline. You don't decide when to deal with this anymore. Someone else does. Someone who doesn't know you, doesn't care about your bad month or your car repair. They see a number. They want it. Your credit score drops. 680 became 590. 590 became 510. Each drop closes a door you didn't know was open until it shut. Can't rent a new apartment. Can't refinance. Can't get approved for anything. The system that let you borrow without question now won't let you exist without penalty. You're not managing debt anymore. Debt is managing you. The sixth rule. I'll figure it out. I always do. You don't. Not this time. Level 8. Eviction. The notice is on your door when you get home. White paper, black ink. You have 30 days. 30 days to find money you don't have for a place you can barely afford. You stand in the doorway holding the paper, and something inside you goes quiet. Not calm, empty. The kind of quiet that comes after you've been loud inside your own head for too long. You start calling people, not friends. You burned through friends months ago with borrowed money and broken promises. Family. The answers are short. Everyone has a reason. You stop asking after the fourth no. You start packing before you have somewhere to go. Boxes in the corner of a room that still has your name on the lease. You look at things you own and realize most of it means nothing. The TV you financed, the furniture you bought to feel settled, none of it protected you from this. The last night you sleep on the floor, you stare at the ceiling and feel something crack that isn't financial. It's the version of yourself that believed the rules would work if you followed them. The seventh rule. This is temporary. I'll bounce back. The floor is cold. Level 9. Rock bottom. You don't know when you arrived. There was no moment, no crash, just a slow fade until you looked around and nothing was left. No apartment, no credit, no savings, no one to call who hasn't already said no. You carry everything that matters in a bag. The rest is gone. You sit somewhere quiet, a bench, a parking lot, a lobby that lets you stay because you look like you're waiting for someone. You're not. You're just sitting with a silence that finally stopped lying to you. Every rule you told yourself was wrong. It wasn't just a bad month. It wasn't manageable. You weren't going to figure it out. The rules were never rules. They were bandages on a wound that needed surgery. You don't feel sorry for yourself. Self-pity requires energy you don't have left. What you feel is clear. The noise stopped. No more pretending. No more performing fine. Just truth sitting next to you, like a stranger you've been avoiding. The eighth rule. The first honest one. You can't fix what you won't face. Somewhere right now, someone is sitting at $50,000 a year. Bills are paid, car runs, coffee every morning. They're fine. That's it. Just fine. They don't check their savings because checking means seeing. They don't budget because budgeting means knowing. They don't look down because looking down means feeling something they're not ready to feel. They think this is a story about other people, about bad decisions, about recklessness. It's not. It's about a Tuesday, a car repair, a tooth, and a wire so thin you don't feel it snap until you're already falling. They're fine. For now.